Activation code required. Access granted. Warning. Evacuation sequence activated.
Paranormal Bunker. You'll come on down and join Nikki, Robert, Kayla, and Cole. Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sit with us as we traverse the portals of the universe. Let loose the secrets of the cryptids. Make haste with the truth of conspiracy. And explore the hauntings of our world. And once again, welcome to the S4 Paranormal Bunker.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the S4 Paranormal Bunker. Welcome back. We have been gone for the 2 weeks. My mom has been here. She is now home. She took my daughter with her. Kimberly now works in a Chinese sweatshop. This is perfect. No, I'm kidding.
Jeez.
But
I was just going to say he's joking, folks.
Friend, it's Indonesian. But anyways... Fran, can't let the Chinese have all the sweatshops. That's not fair, Fran.
Ooh!
So, what?
We're hitting on all levels tonight.
I'm just saying, like, everyone should get some. What are you saying?
That can be construed so many different ways.
So many ways.
So many ways. Holy shit, Cole.
Can I get some?
You absolutely can, Robert. I give you permission. Oh my God. And now, you know what? You have the property now. You know? Like,
Yeah.
You got this. I believe in you. Friend, Robert's going to own the first Kangaroo Run sweatshop.
Well, they got sheep down there too, so you never know. It could be you.
That's true. That's true. Friend.
W-E.
Yeah.
W-E, yes.
I know what your slogan is too. Uncle Robert needs you.
So is this going to be like the oh my God, I just heard Pink Pagoda. That's not what I was going to say.
If it was New Zealand, I could call it Rob in you.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I was going to say, is it like going to be like the Chicken Ranch?
I don't know. Do they rub against you there?
That's what the Chicken Ranch is, yeah. Well, or at least that's what it used to be. That's what it used to be called in Nevada. I don't know if it's still called that or not, but anyway.
I think it depends on which one, because I know there's the Bunny Ranch. That's the most famous one now.
Yep.
Okay.
No, the Chicken Ranch used to be back in the 70s and 80s. And I only know about it because my grandparents used to talk about it when they finally found the property in Nevada. that they wanted to buy. Oh my God, it's not very far from the chicken ranch. Oh my God, Grandpa. He was such a smart ass. He was joking. He was such a smart ass, but it was so funny at the same time, but yet it wasn't. I was like, okay. Yeah.
Friend. Forgot about that part. There we go. Friend, so tonight Kayla's going to be leading us. Our title is Who Put That There? That's Not Where That Belongs. Kayla, what are we talking about?
We're gonna be talking about out of place artifacts. Sorry. My computer is being horrible.
Well, okay. Before we go into that, though, I should state, John officially graduated on Saturday, or on Friday.
I was gonna say.
Friend, Kim graduated from middle school to high school on Monday. Friend, so we have one high schooler left. Friend, we're almost there, folks. Friend, home stretch. Friend. So, congratulations, John.
Yes.
That's funny to me because the school down here just goes primary school from year 1 till 6 now, I think it is, and high school from 7 till 12. So it doesn't make any sense to call them middle school and high school, and to me at least.
Yeah, they had their elementary, middle, and high school.
Or elementary, junior high, and high school. It depends on what area
That's
you're
true.
in.
That's just what I was going to say.
So they're Sherlocks.
Do you know why they do that, Robert?
No.
Because it really sucks getting your ass kicked as a 7th grader by a 12th grader.
Right.
And so if they separate them,
But it also
doesn't
really
happen as
sucks
much.
getting your ass kicked as a kindergartner.
No, that would be worse.
Yeah,
Well,
actually, because our middle school here now is 6th grade and in 2 years it'll be 5th grade to 9th grade or to 8th grade.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
well, my son was in a K through 8 school. It was an alternative school. But a lot of other kids were K through 5, and then 6 through 8, and then 9 through 12. So,
see,
yeah, it just depends on where you live and what part of the country you live in.
And the way that it's set up in some places too is a K through 6th, and then 7th through 9th, and then 9th through 12. So middle school or junior high or whatever you want to call it here is kind of wonky because depending on the region that you're in or the area that you're in, it's either it's anywhere from 5th to 9th grade. And
but like it was cool. They had a valedictorian for the 8th grade.
All right.
The person with the best GPA, and she gave a great speech. So did the valedictorian of John's class. Both great speeches. So, friend, there is still hope for our kids. Not mine, but others. Friend,
oh, come on.
John's speech would have been, "Hey, sorry, hi." Yeah. Friend, Hunter's would have been, "Hello."
Did the stitch.
Friend, no, like they're our kids weren't academics.
Well,
but they're very good at what they do individually now. And I am quite proud of all of them. Friend.
Well, and to be perfectly honest, Hunter really was kind of academic. He just didn't do school. He did his own stuff, whatever he felt like.
But that's not academic.
Like,
if you can't get an assignment from your backpack to the teacher, that's not academic.
Yeah, but I mean, like, now he's like super excelling in the fact that he has
more experience.
Yeah. Like, he's in a field that he enjoys, so he knows, like, everything about it. You
That's
know?
because they gave him a gun and attached it to a plane.
That is true.
Like, that is his job. So, like, I don't know any of our kids that wouldn't excel at that.
Okay.
So he's moved on from being a gopher to a gunner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like he's gonna do it later.
Yeah, friend. So he graduates from his last bit of training on July 8th.
Oh, cool.
And starts his first duty session.
Station.
Session, station, same thing.
No, I did find it really a little bit different because in my generation of family, we didn't have very many people that went into the military.
That's because you were all pregnant before you got out of school.
Well, and we were all mostly female in my generation.
Yeah. I'm right too, though.
That is actually kind of true. But in our kids' generation, we actually had a lot of them.
We have 4.
That went the military route, and recently.
We have 4.
Yes.
Which is awesome. Friend, we have no navies.
No squids.
We have Air Force, we have Army, and we have Marines, but no one in the Navy yet.
Friend, your computer working again?
Kinda. So let's do this. Okay. So an out of place artifact are historical or agricultural objects found in contexts that seem inconsistent with the conventional timelines or spark debate over ancient technologies or lost civilizations. So throughout the years, they've found some really strange things in places that they shouldn't exist.
Like?
So, what?
Like what?
Like batteries 2,000 years ago. Like, different things like that. Okay? So, what I was thinking is I would talk to you guys a little bit about an object and then see what you guys think and what you think it's doing there or how it got there or what you think about it. And some of them are a little hoaxy because I'm like, I'm not sure that really is, you know.
If it's real or not?
Well, most of them that I have on my list are things that definitely exist, but I think that people are taking it out of context, and that there is a possibility that it's just an everyday object that they're like, oh hey, it's out of place, you know.
Or could have been found because of a traveler. Traveler picked up an artifact and moved it to a different location, and
exactly,
it's actually from a different area.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So one of the out of place artifacts is called the Baghdad Battery.
Oh, yes.
So in 1930, in 1938, just outside of Baghdad, Iraq, there was a jar found. It's a clay pot, and it has an iron rod in it, and it has like the conductings of a battery. And if you were to add some kind of citrus to it, then it would generate up to 2 watts of electricity.
That's pretty good. I forgot about that. I forgot how much power it would put out.
And nothing like that has been found in any other areas that have survived anyways and been and they say that it could have been like just a jar, and the fact that it had this stuff inside of it was just a fluke somehow. Or that it was a battery used for like gold retroplating or medical purposes for like or religious purposes for a small shock Because it is not enough on its own to fully power something like, let's say, a sustainable light bulb or something like that. But it does generate enough electricity to be like a mini taser almost, or to do very small things. So, what do you guys think it would be used for? And do you think it was actually a battery, or that we're just misinterpreting the fact that it was?
I don't think it's a misinterpretation, to be quite honest. There's too many things that it could be used for. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know why, but my first thought is dental, and I don't know, and I don't understand why. I know that in certain ancient times, there were some very interesting forms of what we would call dental work. But that's not really where I was originally going with my thought. My thought was more along the lines of like the electroplating you talked about, because that would make perfect sense for certain aspects of jewelry, because they not only used... Sorry, I've got coins running. I've got a lot of different, like, drachmas, and that's not the word I wanted. But anyway, there's a lot of different ancient coins that were used. Yeah, and yet there's pieces of jewelry. Isn't it the ancient Egyptians who did that with certain pieces of jewelry? Besides powderizing certain gemstones and everything to get like the color azure blue. Sorry, it's kind of gone. I had an unexpected visitor here, and that kind of threw me for a loop. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of where I don't think it's I was going to say misguided, misdirected. I think it's spot on for a battery.
Okay.
They've shown too many things that can be done for refrigeration back in the day in clay pots in the ground that were buried in the ground. They've shown a lot of different things, and maybe it wasn't electroplating, maybe it was for something else that haven't been thought about. You know?
Like, thieves, don't touch my pot.
Well,
Zap,
no,
yeah.
I was honestly thinking mummification.
Yeah. That's funny because I just wrote that word down about 45 minutes before the show, and it kept popping up, and I don't know why. So, and now you're bringing it up. So,
because a 1 volt charge would be enough when they were using the small scoop hook. If you know what I mean.
Into the nose, yeah.
Yeah.
To scramble the brain.
But it would hold, because if you scramble the brain, it's not coming out as one piece.
No, it's chunks.
But if you add a 1 volt
really
charge
gross.
to it, it will make it
easier.
Cauterize.
Yeah, I was thinking.
It would come out still in more of a solid piece.
Goo.
Yeah, like, but it's true. Like, it would work.
Yeah.
Because it says it only generated 1.5 or 0.5 to 1.1 volts.
Yeah.
Which is the equivalent of a 9 volt battery on your tongue. Because your tongue is a weak conductor.
Yep.
Friend, I don't know. Like it. I don't think it's there by accident, but I don't think it's there. I don't think it was created out of context.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if it was, it would have a lot more than 1.1 volts. Like if
Well,
this
and
was
you would think that they'd be able to use it for a lot more things too.
right, but like if this was something that, like, let's say an alien race left, it wouldn't be 1.1 volts.
Oh, hell no. You're looking at a heck of a lot more.
Because they would figure out a better catalyst than vinegar.
Yeah.
Or
That's for
orange
sure.
juice.
Did they use orange juice too?
Well, anything that has the
citric acids.
citric acids in it can be used as a conductor.
But who knows? There might be heaps more underground that they haven't found yet.
But I believe
It could all lead up to being
Yeah.
1.2 million gigawatts.
and look at what they found underneath one of the pyramids recently.
What did they find?
Sphinx, yeah.
Oh shit.
Mm.
What?
And under the it was it the Sphinx. I got it stuck in my head that Robert that it's the one of the
It's
pyramids, but it was
where the second Sphinx is meant to be.
oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, because they found can't remember how many feet, but it was multiple stories underground. And they're trying to figure out what it's used for. Well, I'm thinking they keep talking about it being a lake, but I never heard if it was water or mercury or some other
Defense system.
defense system or metal, or I mean, because liquid metal, the only one that I know of, and I'm sure as hell no scientist by any stretch of the freaking imagination, but mercury is can be liquefied if I'm not mistaken.
It absolutely can, but the problem is they wouldn't have been able to transport it into Egypt. There's no way.
Well, see, that's what I was wondering, because there are things that are from ancient Egypt that they still can't figure out. For example, okay, we're getting off topic here, but for example, they can't figure out how such perfect holes, circles were made out of stone. Masonry, even to this day, cannot figure it out. And the only ones that are figuring it out are those who are in science, who are saying the only way this can be done is by a laser. So how the hell was this actually done? Because there's this one, I wish I could remember the name of it's not Ancient Aliens or Ancient Artifacts or Ancient, I don't remember the show I saw it on, and this was a number of years ago, and my God, it was so good. Called up a girlfriend and I said, hey, get your ass on this show now, go watch, and we ended up having a hell of a conversation about it, because it brought up all these subjects about what possibilities and who could potentially do that kind of thing. How could it even, I mean, it was mind-blowing, the things that we were talking about. I was like, wow.
Well, but here's the thing. They did figure that out.
Oh, I haven't heard.
So, because there is a way to make a perfect sphere now. And it's actually one of the oldest ways to make a sphere out of any material. And it's 3 points. You have to be exactly precise on the 3 points. But if you use 3 sharp points pointed in a pyramid form type, and then roll the sphere, the whatever shape you're doing, like a rough sphere, around them, Brent, it will eventually become a sphere.
Wow.
Friend, so to build a cylinder would be the same basic math. Friend,
fascinating.
Because as long as the points don't move, but the cylinder or sphere does, it will always take shape to that. To whatever you're trying to do. So
fascinating.
Yeah,
I love stuff like this.
I
find it truly fascinating.
Fuck, what was that show? It was either how the universe works or how the universe was made or the universe. One of the two.
Yeah, I don't remember the show. I remember the scientist that was, I don't remember her name though, but man, the things that she talked about, I mean, it just made a heck of an impact with a number of us.
Yeah, because there was also a guy trying to recreate a brick from the pyramids.
It's better.
And it took that, they figured out with the tools they would have had back then, 3 days for 40 men to build up a brick.
Good God.
But the problem is, we don't know the tools they had.
Yeah, we really don't. In the grand scheme of things, there are things that we are shown in like ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, but yet at the same time, things are still questioned.
Well, yeah, because we don't know exactly what every hieroglyph means. Like, hell, most of us can't even speak emoji yet.
Well, most of us can't actually speak proper English. There's
no shit.
specific words that we just don't even understand in our own language that we speak every day. So
true. I speak a little resi.
Well, and you have to think that just like, okay, so humans have been around forever. Modern day human has been around forever. Okay, like I'm talking millions of years a human has been around. Okay, we had the same brain capacity, the same thought processes and everything back then that we do now. Like if you were to take a person out of that time period as a baby and raise them today, they'd be able to do the same stuff that we're capable of doing today. They'd probably even excel the same way that people do today. There would be no difference between that baby and a baby that we had now. So if people have the same capacity for learning, for thought, for everything else, then there had to have been people that were considered eccentric or geniuses or of every time period. And if you got a person that has a lot of imagination and thought, and they're sitting around because they, at that point, didn't have like your steady jobs like we do today, things that kept them, you have to do this. Most of it was hunting, gathering, and there was quite a bit of free time around a fire at night. Like, if you have a person whose mind is one of those what they consider beautiful minds, then they're gonna go dive into different things and figure things out, and there's no reason that somebody way back in the Stone Age couldn't be just as smart as like our Einsteins.
Yeah.
There are people that are just naturally born that somehow understand mathematics that have never fully been taught mathematics just because that's how they perceive the world. So there had to be those people throughout history.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it always bothers me when they talk about like our ancestors, I guess, as being these stupid people that just live in a cave and like hit each other over the head with clubs and stuff like that, because that's not what it really would be like. It would be just like us living our everyday lives without the technology bases. I mean, there would be a few different rituals and things that they do, because as you're taught through generations, like that's what you learn, how to do this and that, or there'd be different religious practices and stuff like that, but they'd still be able to have a meaningful conversation with each other.
True. I think some of them would have been more meaningful, but I will mention that like they didn't call them the Dark Ages because it was like nighttime.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even through, like, the Dark Ages, like, some crazy scientific advancements happened. Like,
yeah, but everyday people today don't worry when they walk out the door, am I going to die?
Well, some of them do.
Not that many, not as many.
Well, I mean, it isn't as much of a possibility of, like, instant death from, like, something attacking you as it would have been then.
There is a major problem with what we have done to a lot of our history, where we have taught that history wasn't as bad, as ruthless as it was. And there are people out there right now trying to fix that. I am very excited to watch the new Robin Hood movie that's coming out, because it actually tells the true story of Robin Hood. He is not a man who gave or stole from the rich and gave to the poor. He did steal from the rich. He did not give to the poor. For it shows what life back then was really like.
Well, and I mean, like, if you actually think about it, even 20 years ago, we have things that are misremembered by people.
Absolutely.
True.
If we think about something as big of an event as, like, 9/11 was, if you ask people where they were or what they were doing, they can't fully remember. Not all of them, but some of them. Even people that were very close to what was happening have different ideas of what area something happened in, what angle things were going. Like, they misremember things. And we as humans seem to forget our past a lot.
Yep.
In many ways.
So the next one that I was going to talk about was the Sabu disc. Have you guys heard of that before?
No.
No, I've heard of the oh God, I wrote it down too. Where the hell is it? Sorry. The Minoan disc.
Okay.
And I remember reading about it, but not
the Sabu disc, spelled Sabu, is a mysterious 5,000-year-old ancient Egypt artifact. And it was discovered in 1936 by a British archaeologist. It is made of slate, and the intricate carving that is on it makes it look like a modern-day propeller or steering wheel. Yeah. There hasn't been anything else like it that's been discovered. And they have no idea what the actual use for it was. There's been speculations that it was like just an incense burner or that it was just an art piece. But the intricateness of it and the angles and everything of it, it looks like a part of a machine. And the fact that it's made out of siltstone or like slate would explain why we haven't really found any others. Because after 5,000 years, slate is very easily breakable.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
And this particular one was found inside of a tomb of Prince Sabu, which is why it's called the Sabu disc. So it was protected from the elements a lot more than it would be if it was just like actually in use or wherever. I think that it's probably, like, the way that I see it is, what it looks like to me is, if you guys So the corkscrew systems that they had for irrigation had to have a mechanism for turning that corkscrew.
Yep.
And it looks like if you were to think about a corkscrew hooking into the three sides and then being able to turn so that you could open an irrigation canal, that's kind of what it looks like to me. It looks like something that would be used to open irrigation canals or to let water through it.
So kind of like how the Romans did their, well, I don't want to say aqueducts. What was that, Robert?
Archimedes screw. I've just put the picture of it that I found onto the.
Oh, okay, hang on. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I think it's that one.
It looks like it's folded at one point to be able to push something out while it's spinning.
Yeah.
See, and
fascinating.
Perfectness of that design had to have fit into something. It's it's too perfect.
No, it's not.
Okay, so one way to go ahead. Sorry, Cole.
For the time for Cole.
Oh, Robert.
Oh, well, so yeah, no, but it that's the thing. Okay, we think of these things as too perfect. But look at the pots that we had back then. And I've watched people actually do that with ancient methods that they're still doing in Japan, of making a pot or a tea set in that way. And there is no reason it can't be done with metal as long as it's heated and properly and hammered the right way. Because the thing is, think of the axes and everything they made.
Well, yeah, but this one isn't metal. This is made of slate.
Slate.
So it's rock carved.
Stone.
Brand.
And how, because it's slate, not if, but how, because it's slate, how would it have survived all this time? Being 5,000 years old. I mean, yeah, I know stone can last, and especially untouched, but over time that would become very brittle.
Well, I want to know how much of that slate has iron in it.
That's a good point, because when you're looking at this thing, okay, folks who haven't called this up on Google search or some other search engine, it looks kind of like a steering wheel with 3 folded in
It looks like
pieces.
A propeller.
Yes, yeah,
But
in many ways like a propeller, but yet
in a propeller.
Yeah. But it has the curvature of like a propeller, like the wings, kind of.
But not the power generation because they're equal on both sides. And that's the thing. I have a hard time believing that that's real, true slate.
Yeah, it looks more like it's a metal of some kind. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I've never physically touched it, but I mean, it looks like composite metal.
I'm psychically seeing this thing going up and down on something. So there's some kind of metal or rod or how do I describe this? A dowel rod. Imagine a dowel rod, only metal, and this thing going up and down it. What the heck is that? Because I'm literally seeing in my mind's eye being shown this. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how to classify it. It's literally going up and it's spinning and literally going up and down on whatever this rod is. Holy crap. But what the hell is it being used for? I don't have a clue.
I do.
But it's spinning around and around, but going up and down. What?
A valve.
Yeah?
Or a fan.
And I don't mean like a turning valve that you control manually. I mean like an artificial heart valve.
Bloody big heart.
It controls your rate of flow.
Yeah, because what I'm literally, I don't know. I'm gonna have to draw this because this is wild to me. It's literally spinning around in a circle, one direction, and it's going up and down on the pole. What the hell is
What I
that?
was saying. Like, if you think of in ancient Greece, I believe it was, they did the corkscrew irrigation.
Yes.
Where they would pull water. Yeah.
They twist the thing and it would be driven up by the screw.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So like, to me, it looked like something that would be like if you did like 4 or 5 of them and had them attached to that it would be able to pull and irrigate. Like, it looks like an irrigation tool.
I'm not. Well, and I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is, the issue is then it doesn't go up and down, but if you attach it to a natural spring, it would control the rate of flow that your spring
it rotates. Yeah.
Especially if you had multiple.
And
it would slow down your rate of flow by a lot.
Okay.
And if you have an irregular spring.
Yeah.
An example of an irregular spring is a geyser. Where it flows at all times, but just different rates. Yeah. But a slate one wouldn't last in anything that's pressurized that heavy.
Well, see, that's the problem, is being made of slate. It makes you wonder what would it be used for, because slate is so fragile.
Well, and again, I would like to see the
complete unit,
the meteorology of this slate. I think that's what it's called. What it's made out of, the composites it's made out of.
Okay, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And it's going up and down on that pole and spinning.
Sweet. That's all I'm seeing.
That's called a stripper.
The pig thing up at the top.
Oh my.
But that's actually one of my favorite out of place, because it looks so engineered. Now, I mean, whether or not it is an actual piece of engineering is its own thing. Like, it could have been just for ritualistic purposes or anything like that, but it just looks very engineered.
I think me and Nikki are on something. Do you not see the dollar bill in the background of that picture?
Now, the next one that I have, I personally have my own thoughts about, but there's a lot of people.
Though.
Huh?
They're impure, though.
So it's the Sakara bird. Have you guys heard of the Sakara bird before?
No.
Okay. So in 1898, in a tomb in Saqqara, Egypt, they found a small wooden artifact that was considered to be a bird. They looked at it, and they said, oh, okay, it's a bird.
I know what you're talking about, yes.
However, when aviation technologists looked at it, they went, that's not a bird. It's too perfectly designed for flight to be a bird. Like, it has to be an airplane or a glider.
I'm sorry, I was looking at something. Which bird are we talking about?
The Sakara bird. Saqqara. And they actually made an upscaled model of it and put it through a wind tunnel experiment, and it had full flight capabilities minus the engine, obviously, but the aerodynamics of it were perfect for flight.
Okay.
Okay. So, ancient astronaut theorists and ancient theorists believe that it proved that there was some form of aviation technology going on back then. Me personally, my personal opinion of this is, like I said, people weren't stupid back then. They were just as smart as we are today. They had the brain capacity that we have today. And I think it's a toy. So just like the little gliders that like we make out of styrofoam that you can go buy at like a dollar store. Okay. If you were trying to make a bird for a child that could actually fly through the air, well, you'd have to make it as a glider because they didn't have the hinging capability to make it so that the wings flapped or anything. I mean, you'd still have to figure out like the aerodynamics and stuff of it to make it fly, but like kids today, you can fold a paper airplane and toss it through the air. I think that it was some form of toy that was just used to like throw back and forth, kind of like frisbees or anything like that today.
Do you have a picture of it that you can put in chat?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still writing notes on the thing with the pole. Sabu disc.
Oh. It's in chat.
So here's my issue. The thing weighed 39 grams, had a 7-inch wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
It has a vertical tail rudder, an airfoil wing shape, which we based like our current ones off of past birds. Why wouldn't this just be a bird carving? Like, yeah, traditionally Egyptian bird carvings are the tail is horizontal, but not every bird's are around the world. Anyone who can afford a pyramid as a tomb probably has the best toys in the world.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it was just a toy.
And by one of the best wood carvers at that time.
What if it's something somebody saw in the sky?
Oh, probably. But the thing is,
I don't mean a bird. Although they did put a little eye on it and a little weird line going up to where a beak would be. However, an interesting thought.
and if they've never seen one land,
Mm-hmm.
then the problem is they wouldn't know it had feathers.
Mm-hmm.
Which explains the shape of the wings.
But yet, at the same time, weren't ancient Egyptians using falconry? I can't think of what it's called. It wasn't called falconry back then. It was called something else. And they had certain birds.
Yes, but what we're stating is this bird might have not been from Egypt. Because like it was found in a tomb, like a pyramid tomb.
Mm-hmm.
Which means whoever's like the guy who's in it, I can't remember his name. Paddy Iman. I'm probably butchering that. Friend.
This is not what I thought it was.
Obviously very well known as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, the ancient alien bullshit guys. Friend, the moment they can explain to me the frickin' bumblebee, then they can talk about this. Friend, assholes. Friend, I mean, they're nice ladies. Friend. No, I like it. That's the thing. We cannot say what this thing is when we can't even explain one of the most basic creatures on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking somebody had the script for Superman, took it back in time, and they saw it's a bird, it's a plane. Why not both?
There's always that guy that they never talked about in the comics that said, "Eat the drain," friend. Friend, yeah, but
faster than a speeding falcon.
This is really interesting, Kayla. Yeah, it's if it is representation of a bird, and yeah, it's highly possible that it's a toy.
And Robert,
especially being found in a tomb.
It's not Superman.
Yep.
It's underwear on the inside, not the outside. I'm just saying.
Well, you never know what would happen with those chuggers.
Yeah.
Now, I get its unusual geometry has fascinated aviation enthusiasts and alternative historians for decades. But the thing is, so do Da Vinci's models.
Oh, no shit.
True. That is true.
My son, I don't remember what grade he was in. It was K through 8. Made a representation model of Da Vinci's parachute. No, his parachute. And it was literally a pyramid with canvas around it. Very, very thin canvas, but it was literally I can't remember the wood they used. I want to say balsa wood. I don't remember, but yeah, my son did he did it. I was impressed. This kid did his work. And still have it. It's in storage, but we still have it. So it's like the model ship he made. Very, very large.
That's the thing, like, people can do almost anything with wood.
Yeah.
I mean, we build working engines out of wood now. They're tiny. That way they don't generate a lot of heat. They won't actually run anything other than like something tiny for like a toy. And they are toys. But like I have a full Tommy gun made out of wood.
I have a pair of working scissors that my great uncle was a master carver. Known in Eastern Washington, and he used to make working pliers. And it's not just pliers, it's the things for pipes. It's a certain kind of wrench, and it twists to make the bottom tool part. Yeah, and it's working. I mean, he made little mini violins, and they all work. And he made working scissors. Matter of fact, I have 2 pair of my great uncles. He gave them to my mom for Christmas one year, and my mom used them, and I do, for Christmas ornaments because they're beautiful. What else do you do with them? It's the only way to display them. there are so many different things that can be. Oh my God! And you talk about bird things. That man gave his brother, my other great uncle, the most beautiful hand carved bird I had ever seen, and I was just like, I was stunned when I saw it. And it was in the 80s, and it was gorgeous. The feathers, everything on it, just beautiful.
And that's the other part, though. This Patty Iman, whose tomb it was discovered in, we don't know how old he was when he got this, number one.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know how long he had it. Number two, we don't know what he was like as a person. What if he was a person who did not want the same thing every other kid had? So he asked the something to be different. So they made the the tail vertical instead of horizontal. The other option there is, what if the piece of wood that he chose for it could not handle a horizontal wings or tail wing?
Well, that's a good point.
I
I mean, you get into woodworking, it's a totally different ballgame.
Yeah, you have to change designs all the time because of something in the wood. So.
And how elaborate. I mean, ancient Egyptians were pretty elaborate with their stuff. For that matter, this very well could have been a traded item that he got from somebody else in a different section of the world, because Egyptians were known for trading with numerous different civilizations.
Cultures.
So, yeah, very many different cultures. So, it very easily could have been something that he got in trade with something else, or for doing something else. And I mean, it's plausible. There's so many different plausibility situations on this, but I do agree with Kayla. It's very the potential for it being a toy, very possible. Mm-hmm. Especially with how the wings are, like in one of the pictures, it showed that there's a carving that goes down and then up, yep. And the wings are set on top of that. Now, in woodworking, those that don't use nails create a hole on the underside and a wood pin, to a very tight, kind of like a screw. They tap it into the hole in the top and then put this down, and that's how the wing would stay down, tap down. So, I mean, there's so many different ways of going about doing this where you don't show any, I was going to say seams, that's not the word I was looking for, but how it was put together. My grandfather gave me a toy that to this day I still can't figure out how the hell he put that damn thing together. And it's out of wood and a rubber band. And I'm like, how the hell did you do this?
Well, okay, Nikki?
Yeah.
The one you're looking at, though, the one in the S4 chat?
Yeah.
The top one's not the actual one.
No, I wasn't I was referring to the one. Oh,
bottom
crap.
left.
Where'd it go? Yeah. Well, yeah, there's one at the top, but there's also, yeah, so you're talking the bottom left?
Bottom left is the one that I believe is the original. And it doesn't actually look like it's separate pieces. I think that's one piece.
Yeah, I'd love to see if it is one piece or not, because that's pretty fascinating.
Wait, that can't be the original. Hold on, I gotta go. Everyone shows different ones. Because the problem is that half the ones they're showing are vertical copies. Or a horizontal wing in the back.
And the bottom left looks like it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to it.
Okay, no, the top is the closest to the original. It is not the original because the original has a smaller head. But.
Okay.
What bothers me is how is that perfectly aerodynamic with the eyes? How the hell did they carve the two eyes exactly right? Like, that is detail.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
And
It's
where
a
did they
different
test the
form of
full-size
detail.
model? They
Where
didn't
did
have very many hills. All they had were the sand dunes.
Yeah. But, like, this...
They'd be like, watch me!
Right.
Well, and how big was this? Yeah, no kidding.
I guess sanding it wouldn't be a problem either.
Obviously not. Keep the sandpaper there.
So how big was this thing?
It's got a
How many-
7-inch wingspan.
Inches.
That's pretty good size.
And it's 39 grams because it's a light wood.
It's almost a balsa wood. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
It says what it is. Hold on.
Ouch.
Where did
Ouch.
it go? Sequoia?
Ouch.
Sequoia.
No, that ain't right.
7-inch wingspan. Yeah, that's a pretty big little. That's a pretty good size.
Yeah. That's over half a foot of a subway. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, mercy. That's really interesting.
Sycamore wood.
Sycamore.
Sycamore. Okay.
Okay. That explains this a little bit better. They have not tried to fly the original.
Mm-hmm.
They have made recreations.
With
And
exact measurements?
I'm pretty sure the originals do not have as deep of eyes.
Well, with the kind of carving that Egypt did, really would surprise me if it came from Egypt. It would be really appalling if it did. Because it's so basic. And they had master carvers and master metalsmiths, and I mean, for their day and age, and the things that they were using were
but I mean, at
deadly.
At the same time, you can have a master carver that sits there and whittles something just ridiculous and hands it to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's just somebody messing around with like a knife, just whittling something out of a piece of wood, and they're like, "Oh, here, check this out."
I think stuff like this is fascinating, along with the Sabu disc. I mean, I think these are just really good examples of what the hell is this thing. Truly.
That
Or
thing
used for.
Also, that thing would have cost the equivalent of an iPad in that time.
Yeah.
And they
Because
didn't have the dartboard to throw that.
The sycamore tree was sacred.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now here's a question. If it was sacred, then was it a religious artifact?
I don't know, because it's considered the tree of love and referred to as the tree of life. The thing is, it could have been a religious artifact because,
well, it was found in a grave.
Well, and they believe it. How did they put that?
Oh God, how did this person die?
In a tomb.
I don't know.
I'm good at this. Where the hell did it go?
Ritualistic death is the term I just heard.
So it symbolized the soul abilities to navigate the afterlife.
Okay.
Not the tree, the bird. A carved wooden bird signified.
Say that again.
A carved wooden bird
Makes sense.
symbolized the soul's ability to navigate the afterlife, the Ba.
Oh, that's interesting.
Not to be confused with the Ra.
Dumbo.
Yeah, now there was somebody you didn't want to mess with. That's a different subject. But anyway.
Okay. So.
Thank you, Kayla.
The next really strange object, I'll put a picture of it in chat before I start talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right there. So this one's a little bit different because this one was found in South Africa. And
looks like a bocce ball.
There was a group of miners that went way down into a cave to mine, like I cannot pronounce this word, but it's a type of mineral deposit that they went down to mine. These caves had not been mined, had not been touched, for over 3 billion years. So, these objects were found within the mineral deposits in the cave in South Africa, and they are radiocarbon dated to over 3 billion years old.
Good God.
I want to know who fucking touched that cave 3 billion years ago.
Well, I mean, it wasn't surface touched or anything. Like, the deposits that they were found inside of were over 3 billion years old.
Yeah, but that means no one. That doesn't mean no one's mined it.
Either lawn bowls or cricket.
And The Simpsons taught me that.
So
it looks like a bocce ball.
This is the fun part about this one for me.
Game of bocce.
So it was studied by a bunch of different geologists and a whole bunch of different scientists, and they came to the conclusion that all of these were made through a natural process. That none of them
no
are
way.
machined or anything like that. These
Bullshit.
are way too perfect, in my mind, to have been made through a natural process.
Yeah, I call bullshit. I don't give two diddly squats over if this is what that is, there's no way in hell. Those lines around that sphere or ball, it's called is it K-I-E-R or is it K-L-E-R? For the name?
K-L-E-R?
K-L, so Klerksdorp sphere is what was written on that. And I can't fathom that geologists and scientists alike would actually make that kind of a claim on something of this nature with that many colors in it that is an actual sphere. It is round. Now, it's not a perfect circle, but it is round. And did I see 2 or 3 lines on that thing?
And it's been
3 lines. Yeah. No way in hell. 3 perfect lines going around the center of that sphere. Holy shit, are you kidding me? Sorry.
Well, just I'll read this in a second, Kayla. But just to point
3
out,
to 4
Nikki,
centimeters. Yeah.
Brent, when did they find these?
3 billion years ago.
Right?
Oh, they don't say when they found them. But bocce has been in Africa since like 350 BC. Just so you know. And guess what they used for bocce balls? Coconuts.
Coconut bocce ball.
What does that look like?
Interesting.
Well, I could actually see that being done because once you take the husk off, when I was in Tonga, I learned about when you take the husk off of the green hull off of a raw coconut, at least in the South Pacific, you then get the brown spherical thing before you get to the meat, and that round spherical thing can be a hole can be put in to anywhere in it, and the milk, the clear liquid drained out of it, and you have a ball. I mean, cover that hole back up, and I can see that. I can see that being done. Because those can be sanded down. They can be roughed down to a solid core, or not core, solid outside where it's smooth.
Okay.
So I can see that.
I'm gonna read this.
Oh my
it's
God!
The geological explanation of their origin.
Carolyn's here.
And
God.
But if you don't understand it, and I'm saying this to all our viewers and everyone in the room, friend, because it might be my fault because I'm not going to read half these words right, probably. Okay. Various professional geologists agree that the Klerksdorp spheres originated as concretions, which formed in volcanic sediments after they accumulated 3 billion years ago. Henrich argues that the wollastonite nodules formed by the metamorphism of carbonate concretions in the presence of silica-rich fluids generated during the metamorphism of the volcanic deposits containing them into pyrophyllite. It was also argued that the hematite nodules represent pyrite concretions oxidized by weathering of near-surface pyrophyllite deposits. Below the near-surface zone of weathering, which is developed in the pyrophyllite, pyrite concretions are unaffected by weathering and thus have not been altered by hematite. The radial internal structure of these objects is a pseudomorph after the original crystalline structure of the original carbonate or pyrite concretion.
Okay, hematite. Number one is bocce balls. Thank you, Robert. So hematite is actually rather fragile. It is not a strong stone. So what the heck?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go for it.
The asshole who wrote that freaking paragraph can eat 1,000 dicks.
Well, I think
because he threw a bunch of fancy words in there to make himself sound smart.
Well, when it comes to something like that, if you throw a bunch of fancy words in there, people don't question it. They go, "Oh, okay, well, it has to be because of the secretion of blah 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 blah." Okay, so a lot of that fancy stuff is to kind of keep you away from actually thinking that it couldn't be a natural deposit.
But what he describes there is an infinity model.
Yeah.
Friend, the cause of the outside is the same cause, or is the effect of the lines around the center, and the effect of the lines around the center is the cause of the circle.
Yes.
Okay, so these things are 3 billion years old, is what they've dated them to be? Is that what
Yes.
Okay.
However, okay, now that we've gone
Holy
through
shit.
and said, well, those don't look like they could possibly be not man-made in some way, shape, or form, or whatever creature made, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
former
they have
civilization
found what they call blueberries on the surface of Mars, which are tiny spherical rock formations rich in iron and minerals that are almost perfectly round and have almost the same look to them as these do. And they are considered to be a natural formation on the surface of Mars. And there's been millions of them found. I can show you one of the NASA pictures of this. Here, just a minute. Ones on Mars that they call little blueberries. Alright. There's the NASA picture of the blueberries that they found on the surface of Mars.
Oh, yeah.
Robert, that was in response to yours.
And those are said to have been caused by years of erosion and water flow.
Lilu
mean-
multipass.
So, I mean, there is kind of
Oh my.
an example of where it could be natural occurring. But
Yeah.
at the same time, we don't know how those ones on Mars got there either. Whether it was actually because of water flow and years of, or if there was a civilization that lived there at some point. So,
Here's the thing.
Chances of anything coming from Mars.
Sandstorms on Mars
are wicked.
They are sharp.
Yes. And
they are razor sharp.
And they would, after so many years of flow, it's just like rock formations in like the Utah deserts and stuff.
But they would be more likely to cause lines within the rock when the wind was blowing sideways. There is no lines in these.
Yeah, that's true.
And I can actually say that because you can actually see sides of them.
Yeah, and they do not have the carved like these ones do, like the carved line.
And that's the thing. Those have been there probably just as long as that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, billions of years.
So they've carbon dated this to 3 billion years old.
Yes.
Has anybody thought about the fact that anybody thought about the possibility that it's from a former civilization before they were annihilated? Such as during the Orion Wars, when a lot of shit was going on in our surrounding planets, and you're looking at not spheres, the stone pillars in the UK. I can't think of what they're Stonehenge. Because before they moved Stonehenge to its not original place right now, there were tunnels under there, and in the original location. And I just got told I'm gonna get into trouble talking about bite me.
I'm gonna tell you, Nikki, I haven't thought of that, but I did think that looks a lot like some dinosaur poop. And it could have been
really bad hemorrhoids.
An ancient civilization saw it and was like, that makes a perfect bocce ball. We just need to add some lines.
Well, and see,
I'm sorry. You went on that road and I went down a different road, and both of them are really funny.
Stop playing with your shit.
So I have
to be fair, it's not his shit, it's the dinosaur shit.
Dinosaurs, what is it when petrified?
Yeah.
Petrified dino do.
In our museum, you can buy it on a necklace.
Okay.
And it is a perfectly formed sphere, but that's because it was put through a tumbler. But you can buy a dinosaur shit necklace.
Yeah.
That's awful. God.
Well, you can buy moose poop earrings as well. So
this is a really interesting one.
So I've always believed in like my own version of like recycled Earth theory, that we are the
next in line.
Well, that there's been several generations before us, several times before us, that we've built up all the way to like where we are, if not further than we are today. Had some kind of cataclysm happen that brought us all back to the Stone Age and like rebuilt. And I think this is, in my mind anyways, this is like, there's been several different reiterations of life on this planet like that. What?
I'm just saying, my theory still makes sense with yours.
Yes, it
because
does.
let's say the ancient civilization is playing near that mine, and they find a small shaft, and one of the bocce balls rolls into the shaft. Now imagine 4 people from an ancient civilization looking down that hole and being like, well, we ain't getting that fucking back. For like, and now it falls all the way back down there.
Well, and if you think about it, it could be something as simple as golf. It was a hole in one, and then they just left it.
I'm just saying, for it to be golf, that crowd, like, that was the best shot
That's awesome.
I've ever seen, because that originated in Scotland.
Well, and the other thing about this, though, is
Shit.
there's thousands of them. It's not
dear.
just one that they found. There's thousands.
So the bocce field was right over that hole.
Right.
And they just kept losing balls.
So, in my own personal opinion, I think that this is probably something that has to do with an ancient technology from a previous civilization.
I still have the problem that it looks varnished.
Right?
Because if you look at the underside, it's like the varnish is chipping away.
Right? It doesn't look natural at all.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. Like, we have many other forms of the hematite and pyrite formations, like the hoodoos.
And if you... Oh, okay, sorry, go on.
And, well, they're not as old as this claims to be. They're only, 75 million years old? Friend. No, 66 million years old. Friend. Those are... They don't chip away like this. They crack on the sides and in the center.
Don't like that. Do they?
Yeah. They will fall apart. Because it's still loose rock.
Well, and I know Robert can probably talk about this more than I can, but when you bump hematite, and you said pyrite, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
When you bump those, it chips into a sharp razor-like form. So if these were found, and if they were at all bumped in any way, there could be all kinds of problems.
Well,
because that stuff, what happens on the inside, it's so, in my opinion, delicate, and I know that's not the right word, but I don't know what else is right now. It's so fragile. Yeah, it's so fragile that one bump, you can create a hairline fracture in hematite, especially hematite versus pyrite. And it literally, I mean, it is pretty impressive stuff. You get that stuff sharp. And that's why when people try to wear hematite rings, they will break. They are not made for that. So I think it's funny that people sell hematite rings, because I had to learn the hard way. I bought 2, and it was like, oh, this is stupid. What the hell am I doing? These always break. And they break because, well, in a ring, there's a lot of different reasons. But if you bump one of those things and it creates a minor, very, very tiny hair-like fracture, that will go really quickly throughout the entire stone, no matter how big the stone is, and eventually you'll have broken off pieces, and those little buggers, they're sharp as razor blades.
But, okay, Robert, I consider you my resident stone connoisseur.
Yep.
So, looking at the picture that Kayla put up, if you look at the bottom of it, can you see what I mean by it almost seems like there's a layer of varnish on? Do you know any rocks that would split like that, where it's a top layer, like a jawbreaker almost?
I see what you're talking about. It looks like leather that has been worn down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're considering it a rock, it's like that chunk kind of came off, but in a spherical design.
in the sort of curved.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it also, if you think about it, like, how long does it take wood to petrify into solid rock?
Less than 1 million years.
Right. It takes like 1 million years-ish for it to happen.
I don't know how long it actually takes, but I know it takes less than 1 million years.
Let me look.
It's something like a few 100,000.
Yeah.
I've got a petrified piece of wood.
What if it was carved out of wood by some previous, and then it just petrified? Like,
well, and the part that he's talking about, Kayla, that looks like it was sitting in the way it's done. It looks like that's the part that was sitting in dirt, and the other part was sitting out. But then you deal with the age factor and air and everything like that. So I mean, yeah, there's so many different.
Because I mean,
like
if you look at like petrified wood, it has layering like that.
But not
yes,
circular.
It does.
Not spherical.
Not spherical.
Ever.
Correct.
Even though a tree is spherical, it will not.
Yeah, I guess it breaks down and it becomes jagged
single
yes.
lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rings disappear.
I didn't really think about that. Yeah.
The piece of wood that I've got that is petrified, my grandfather got it. I can't remember. I think he got it when he and my mom were in Oregon. The 2 years or so before he died. And this thing is multi-level of colors. It ranges between like a rust color. It reminds me more of a stone than it does wood. There are no rings in it whatsoever.
No.
And there are multi-level of colors to it. And it literally looks like it's jagged stone off of the two ends of it, and it looks like it came out of a very large. It's heavy. I mean, it's like really freaking heavy. It almost looks like it's been amberized.
Petrified wood. So I've seen petrified wood. I've held it in my hand, like we've had it at the house. But
mine's in storage.
We grew up in totally different places because we used to throw it away.
Right. Well, I mean, you guys have fossils everywhere.
Yeah, so
you see them like as you walk, you see like 20 fossils.
In Dad's shop, there is a medicine ball sized boulder.
Whoa.
Of oyster bed.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and then we have.
Oh, you gotta get pictures of that. I love stuff like that.
Large football sized chunks of petrified wood all over the place. And then we actually, you know a chicken drumstick?
Yeah.
You know the end bone where the joint bone where the joint of the bone where there's two humps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one of those that the joint is the size of a basketball.
Holy crap.
And when we were walking, so when me and Cole first met, we went on this like nature walk up on some different trails and stuff. And you'd find fossils everywhere. They would just be laying on the ground everywhere.
Are you talking about Cameron?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's safe to tell you now that wasn't a trail.
Well, you know what
Oh dear. Do we want to know publicly?
It was a trail, but it wasn't made by humans. It was a goat trail.
Well, yeah. But I mean, like... Okay, sorry. We went out
and
into the woods and wandered around.
We weren't in woods. We were above the woods. We were in the mountain.
Well, yeah. And there was, like, everywhere that you could see, there were fossils all over the place. So, I mean, when it's something that is as simple as, like, if you walk outside and you see a piece of gravel here, you're like, oh, that's gravel. You don't really think about it as anything else. It's like that up there. Like, there's fossils everywhere.
Yeah, she was not happy with me on that trip. We literally climbed a mountain.
Yes, we did.
And
yes, we absolutely
Nikki, this would be hard to believe because you saw me walk on Saturday. But like I had Hunter strapped to my back and I kept having to stop and wait for Kayla. Friend.
Yeah,
yes,
but
you did.
everybody's different in
Well,
hiking.
yeah, no, like she had never done a mountain like this because nowhere in Washington do you guys have mountains like we do in the Rockies.
Well, and see the thing with like
in
we
DC
were,
too, I'm here to tell you.
where we were in the Rocky Mountains
Took a
at
drive
that
with
point,
a cousin.
Even the air is different. Like, and
Yeah,
you have
Harder
to
to breathe.
like you got to acclimate to it, and I was definitely not acclimated.
This was her
to
second
that
day.
at all. This was like
At
day number
2,000
2
feet
being
elevation.
there.
oh my
And
God.
so I'm like having
That's
trouble
harsh.
breathing. I'm like, oh my God,
Oh
why
my
am I
God.
so out of shape? I'm not this out of shape. But it was the difference in the air, the difference in
Different
everything that
ballgame.
just made it very difficult for me to climb that damn trail.
And
That
Canada,
makes perfect sense, though. You got to cut yourself some slack, Kayla.
well, and I was trying to teach Kayla like the laws in Canada because like we have laws about finding fossils there, where if you disturb the ground when you pull it up, it belongs to them. But if you can pick it up without disturbing the ground, you
So
have the right to it.
In other words, it's got to be sitting completely on the surface.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't dig down and grab it.
Got it.
And like it has to be loose on the surface because like even if it has a small pocket of dirt underneath it and you disturb that, that technically belongs to the government of Canada.
Wow.
So, which I'm beyond the statute of limitations, friend. So, like when we were kids, we totally ignored that rule. Friend.
I was gonna say, you be careful.
Well, no, but like you find a small leaf imprint in a rock.
Yeah.
Well, who's not gonna take a hammer and dig that the hell out?
Jeez. Oh.
Like,
well, and I mean, technically, if you were the one that dug it up and then you sat it down, the next person to come by wouldn't be disturbing the ground at all.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's
like
true.
That rule.
There's always ways around things. Alright, so our next out of place artifact, now that we were talking about petrified wood and all that fun stuff. Right. So, it's called the London Hammer. And it was found in London, Texas in 1936. And it is a very well-known, popular out-of-place artifact. So, it was found inside of rock sediment. It was a limestone and lime dense rock. And a couple of people were hiking around. They found this rock, and they thought it was a geode. So they like hit it open because they were rock hounds, and hit it open, and inside of it was a 6-inch iron hammerhead, and part of a wooden handle was inside of this, and independent analysis shows that the iron from the hammerhead is 96.6% pure with no bubbles. So it had to come from some kind of smelting technology, is what they're saying, because you can't get that purity without smelting. However, that also has part of the handle to it, the wooden handle, is petrified.
Oh, wow.
It almost
what's the date? Oh, sorry.
It almost exactly resembles a hammer that we would use in like the 19th century for mining or metalsmithing.
Wow.
So geologists again say that this had to have been some kind of sedimentary process that was quicker than it was supposed to be, and that the hammer was actually from the 19th century, and that it dropped into a mineral-rich environment, and the minerals like took over and covered up the hammer. However, the issue with that is the fact that part of the handle is petrified. So the petrified wood piece of that wouldn't have happened in that short of a period of time.
They're wrong.
Nope.
So
They are wrong.
okay, all right. What do you mean?
Explain.
Yeah.
So, under optimal natural conditions like silica-rich mineral hot springs such as those in Yellowstone National Park, substantial mineralization can occur in just a few years. In laboratory settings, scientists have artificially petrified wood using high pressure and silica solutions in a matter of hours or days. And it's in so one thing that didn't explain tetramine, which is what it's encased in, is limestone.
Yeah.
Which is silica-based material.
Okay.
Wow.
So you believe that it really is a hammer from the 19th century that just fell into a silicone-rich area and got mineralized over?
Because here's the thing. Before the 19th century, we could not create pure iron.
Mm-hmm. Well, we couldn't.
No one on Earth. They proved that.
Oh, have they?
That sounded
we still can't.
Well, it was only 96% pure.
We're only at 99.8.
Yeah.
We cannot create pure iron. It's not possible yet. We cannot get rid of every purity because of oxygen, which is required to fire it.
Right.
Wherein it just doesn't work. But yeah, I really do believe that's just a 19th century thing. Because what did I look up? Hold on. Where'd it go? Damn it, that's the wrong one again. So, most petrified wood found in fossil record, it took tens of millions of years. Low oxygen environments such as deep muddy riverbeds, petrification can happen on an accelerated timescale of 5,000 to 10,000 years. And then places such as Yellowstone National Park or high silica-rich mineral hot springs areas can be months to decades, which that area is a complete limestone field.
Okay.
That has been mined over and over again.
Okay. No, I mean, it's possible. Absolutely.
I mean, I think if Adam was working on this, he'd say myth busted.
All right. So, the next one is actually an entire area. It isn't just one artifact, it's several. So, it is the area of Pumapunku. So, Pumapunku is an area in, where is that? Is it like Brazil or something? I can't remember.
I feel like that word needs to have a ooh-ha-ha behind it. Say it again.
Pumapunku.
Ooh-ha-ha.
Right.
Is that Aztec area or is it Mayan?
I can't remember.
So are we talking Peru or Brazil or
Bolivia?
Bolivia.
In the Bolivian jungle. All right. So Pumapunku, which is translated to the door of Puma, there's very little that's actually known about it or who created it or anything else. But it has some of the most intricate carvings. So it has what they call the H blocks, which are blocks that are like perfect H's that are lined up. It also has perfect rectangles and angles that are so precision that it looks like it was carved with a laser.
Oh, that's the place with the H blocks.
Yes.
Those were all built by Harold. He just liked his name. Just saying.
Okay. So it's an entire area that is just full of all kinds of blocks and different carvings that are very intricate, and nobody knows what civilization actually did them.
Oh, yeah.
You might want to mention that they attribute it, though, to the ingenuity of the Taiwan Naku civilization.
Okay.
Wherein
It
those
was built by the Minecraft citizens.
Minecraft.
well, the weird part is it's really new. Like comparatively, 536 to 600 AD.
Yeah.
Compared to and considering they think like they have been led to speculation about lost technologies, like that's really early to have lost the technology.
Right. Well, I look
goes
at
back
it
to an
though,
unknown.
and I think about some of the other intricate carvings. Like, there's certain places in India, there's certain places that have beautiful, intricate carvings that I look at and I'm like, how in the hell did they do that with a chisel? There's no freaking way that you could carve that much with just a... And I feel like if somebody, let's say 100,000 years from now, were to go and look at like Mount Rushmore, they would do the same type of thing that we're doing with this, where they're like, how did this happen? Like,
Or
what?
David?
Right. Like any of the, well, like the Sphinx. We look at the Sphinx and we go, like, how did they carve this? How did this?
No, that makes sense.
That kind of
They
stuff.
screwed up. They dropped, his nose fell off.
Right. But I feel like it's one of those things where we look at it from our eyes now and we go, how did they do this with that equipment? But somebody 10,000 years from now is going to say the same thing about certain things that we made. Like, how did they do this with this primitive ass equipment? And anytime that there's ingenuity and artistry in somebody, they can make all kinds of crazy shit.
Yep.
Like, think about some of the stuff that they carved in like Greece. Some of those statues are just phenomenal and perfect.
Minoan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and not just that, but like all of these are right angles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they're made mainly out of redstone. I believe it said. Andesite and red sandstone. Well, sandstone can be formed.
That's just what I was thinking.
The main part about that would be the fact that a right angle is really easy to create. Even now, if you watch people in India who make red brick.
Oh, yeah.
They still make it by hand.
Mm-hmm.
And they're perfectly made bricks. Like, they're not... there's really not a machine in the world that could do any better.
Right.
Fascinating stuff.
So,
different civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Unknown.
My next little one is also a full-scale civilization that we don't really know anything about. And it is Göbekli Tepe.
I was hoping you were going to talk about this.
So, Göbekli Tepe is a 12,000-year-old archaeological site in southern Turkey. considered to be the world's oldest temple complex, predating Stonehenge and the pyramids. It has massive T-shaped stone pillars with carved reliefs of animals and like everyday things, and it was supposedly made in the time when we were still in hunter-gatherer mode. So before we supposedly, by our historical sites, had any kind of actual civilization, like cities, groups of people, more than just family units and small tribes. It is massive. It's like a gigantic ass place. And the weird thing about Göbekli Tepe is it was carved, it was created, and then it was hand buried.
Yep. It wasn't supposed to be found out about.
Why. Nobody knows why they spent this amount of time carving this massive temple complex and then completely buried it by themselves, like on their own. Like it wasn't like a natural disaster or something happened that covered it. It was them burying it.
So I have I have a thought on it,
mm-hmm.
and it's not psychic. It's just a thought. What if they had some kind of, not a natural disaster, but a human medical catastrophe?
Contagion.
Yeah, contagion that started wiping people out, and the only way that they knew how to deal with it, it's a what if, but it's a major what if. And kind of like how we dealt with the plague in the 1900s, early 1900s, and before that, because of the fleas and the rats and all of that. But what if they had some kind of plague, medical catastrophe, or they were doing some kind of I was going to say ritualistic magic. I can't think of the right terminology for it right now. But anyway, something that was ritualistic that went against all the current civilizations that were around it, and they did something so horrific that they wanted, that the others wanted them wiped out, wanted their civilization wiped off the map.
That's a damn fucking good theory. It really is. I have another one.
What's that?
It is not as good. But as Kayla said, these people were just like us.
Yeah.
Now you guys might not understand this. Robert, you will. In Minecraft, Fran, you could be building a house. And you try and build your basic house with a peaked roof.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to the last block and figure out you went one block too far and it won't match up and you're going to have a hole at the top. Robert, what do you do?
Hope there's not a creeper around.
Or destroy the entire house and rebuild.
You could do that, yeah.
Fran, what if they destroyed the entire place and buried it and rebuilt somewhere else?
Well, so that's actually really funny that you say that, because there are tons of sister sites to Göbekli Tepe that a lot of people don't know about. So there's Karhan Tempe, which is the older and nearby location that has the same T-shaped pillars and was buried exactly the same way that Göbekli Tepe was. And then there's, I'm going to butcher these names because I can't, but Karmathika Tempe, which was discovered that is 300 to 400 years older than the Göbekli Tepe site. There is Mindik Tempe, Naka Kenya. Like, there's a whole bunch of different sites. I actually, in the chat, I will put a mapping of the ones that they've found, and they're all within the same region. They're just different ages on all of them.
Now, here's the thing. There is a reason that my theory also fits. Most of your historically significant monuments, city, like different areas that they had for rituals, different things, they are very close to that race's or that civilization's main city. For example, in Greece, 90% of their main attractions, or attractions now, but areas where they held rituals, we're in Athens.
Mm-hmm.
We're in Rome, held like a lot of the ancient Roman, now Italian, artifacts and sites. The reason I thought of this is, so if you actually Google the two last places that Kayla talked about, so I can't remember what the last one's name was.
Pumapunko.
Yeah. Tickets for that place are $14. Guided tours are $35. Now that's to get you from their closest city in Bolivia to the place and back.
That's kind of a big deal.
Göbekli Tepe, tickets are $2.15. The cheapest tour is $900. Because it is so far from Istanbul.
Wait a minute, it's so far from what was that last word you said?
Istanbul.
Oh, Istanbul. Okay, got it. Sorry.
For Turkey's capital.
Yeah.
And like, that's one of the cheaper ones. They range from that to $5,000. Like,
yeah, it is way out there in the middle of nothing.
Yeah.
There's one for 173, but you have to get yourself there and back.
Since it's so far out, I'm wondering if this is a group of people who created their own civilization and were doing forms of ritualistic things that went against every other civilization, everything else around. Because that would mean that they would not want to be found if it's that far away from everything. And I knew that before, but it's something I hadn't really thought about. But that, to me, in my way of thinking, would suggest, and only suggest, because hello, there's nothing to back this up with, that they wanted to be away from everything and everybody else. That's what a lot of people would do if they were, really wanted to get away. Create your own society, your own civilization, your own buildings, how you want it, not what is required of you. So what I want to know is, have they at all found any, and I have not looked into this part of it in a very long time, have they found any bones?
No.
Okay. It's all so basically it's all civilization things, like the pottery jars. I want to say myopic jars. That's not what canopic jars. There's nothing like that, but there's like baskets and things, or pottery, or jewelry, or tools that were used. That kind of thing is what's being found, correct? Along with the pillars, the stone pillars, along with the surroundings of houses that were once built, stone houses, things like that.
Yeah.
That I remember.
Nikki?
Yeah.
You just changed my mind. That's my favorite theory now. Because you took the entire history of Göbekli Tepe and made it into the grumpy old asshole in the woods. I love that.
So
Sorry.
so the thing that
That's actually funny.
I actually want to. There's no way to do this, but Turkey has something else that I've always found really super fascinating, and it is all of the underground cities. Okay, so they have like a chemical and Dirkiu or something like that are these huge underground cities that are carved like out of rock, and they have like whole meeting halls and everything, and they have ventilation systems and all kinds of stuff for an entire civilization to live underground. And
Oh, they did that in, yeah, sorry.
yeah, and the underground civilization is located roughly like 5-6 hours away from the Göbekli Tepe complex, but it makes you wonder if this was part of the same group of people. And if they really did believe that there was something that was coming where they had to go underground, it would have explained why they buried their temple complexes.
Well, here's the thing. What if they didn't mean to?
Mean to bury them?
Yeah.
Okay, how so?
Friend, okay, let's say you're right. It's part of the group of people that built these underground cities.
Yeah.
But not the engineers and not the geologists.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't know what they were building under. What if the guy who they had relied on for that wasn't smart enough to realize that this wasn't feasible, and they got to a certain point and it started to go, but they all made it out.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, and that's the other thing, is they don't know where all of the dirt and stuff came from that they covered it with.
So that would make a lot of sense for it to have been there already,
mm-hmm.
as a topper to this underground city.
Right. And that's why I'm saying, like, it makes me wonder how much tunneling is actually under there. Like, these big mega cities that are underground, do they tunnel to Göbekli Tepe?
Not anymore.
Good
Well,
question.
they wouldn't now, but I mean, back in the day, was it a whole huge civilization, kind of like the Kush Empire or anything like that, where it covered that entire coastline? Except this isn't coast, but I mean, like how the Kush did, or the Persian Empire, or any of those ones, where it covered an entire area that was like thousands of miles.
They're all along the coast, though?
Not all of them.
But a lot of them are?
Some of the Kush ones are, but not all of them. Well, it's just like, any of the Viking civilization, wait, how you have, and it's all along one line of area.
The issue with that is, if you started building along the coast, you don't know what you'd find on the way. And there'd be too many obstacles to go underneath. Mm-hmm. They would have found entrances by now along that coastline. Because you can't build fully along the coastline. There's cracks within the earth, there's cave systems, and cave systems that are full of water.
No, but what I'm saying, though, is that, like, the Kush Empire and stuff was along the coastline. This one, it has a little tiny area that would be, like, if you will, bird's eye from there to Göbekli Tepe, you aren't anywhere near the coast. If you went down the existing road, you go right by the coast. But so for this particular thing, it wouldn't be the same. I was just stating that, like, there's mega civilizations that we found where there are temple complexes and different parts of the civilization that are thousands of miles away from each other, but they're all part of the same civilization. So it makes me wonder if these builders that built the underground are the same builders that built Göbekli Tepe, are the same builders that built certain other sites in Turkey. Because
I've
they
got
have
an
a lot of the same styles to them.
Go ahead, Nikki.
It's really interesting thoughts, Kayla. Truly, really interesting. What is the time frame they have dated Göbekli Tepe to?
1,200 years, 12,000 years.
12,000 years ago.
It's around the time of Atlantis.
Well, it predates like our oldest known civilizations, like Samaria and. So far, it is the oldest temple complex that we have found.
So what if it fell through some sort of portal from an advanced civilization on another planet and just landed there?
Or
that'd be kind of cool.
And what if they actually like built a portal?
And that's why it's buried too.
And that's why there's no one there.
They all went off and went, stuff this place, I'm out.
Brand, yeah, like.
Or were picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
I mean, 12,000 years ago, you're looking at, there were a number of civilizations, including Atlantis, that were alive at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a number of mini versions of Atlantis across this planet, which is why they have found in certain civilizations they found, and don't ask me which ones right now. I can't think of them at this moment. But there's a bunch of them roaming through my head at the moment. I just can't seem to pull one of them. Anyway, where you've got Atlantis type civilization items that were found mixed in with other civilizations. God, I cannot. There's one specific one, and I can't seem to grasp the name of it out of my brain. Things that I recognize that are from Atlantis, things that the scientists have said, "Oh, it's from this," and I'm like looking at this, going, "Like hell, it is." So that's got me wondering now too. I still think, personally, I still think it's the medical or the ritualistic thing. But I mean, when rubber meets the road, you're looking at how many civilizations were around at that time, and who was doing what, and who was going against other civilizations.
Also, archaeologists say that there is no dinosaurs carved in Göbekli Tepe. That it was all like animals that they saw and everything else. Does that not look like a dinosaur to you?
That's a stegosaurus.
Wait a second.
That's my buddy.
It looks like an elephant.
With,
I'm like,
with all the spikes on
all
the
the
back?
spikes and shit. That looks like a stegosaurus.
Oh, I didn't see the spikes. Yeah, that looks like a stegosaurus.
Yeah, so there's
and
a bunch
the way
of different
the
carvings.
head goes up like that.
Sorry, I had this.
Bunch of different carvings like that, but they say that there's no dinosaurs carved on there. But of course they would. Because
and then they got all the sheep around the outside. With
our thought processes of people not living at the same time as the dinos, but.
Yeah, matter of fact, that looks like one of the animal cracker cookies that kids get in a little box of animal crackers. I mean, that's exactly what it reminds me of.
In the dino packs, yeah.
Yes,
and that's what I'm like, that's totally a stegosaurus. I don't know what else that
I
would
am
be.
just saying.
Boy, I was looking at that the wrong way.
Dinosaurs have been gone for 65 million years. Right?
So they say?
66 now.
Okay.
Remember, 66 million.
Well, no, they were alive 66 million years ago. 65, they were gone. Fran.
Yeah, when did that change? That's fucking
hold
weird.
on. This is only 12,000 years old.
Don't even get going on that one.
But we still don't know where it's from. We don't know the people who live there. What if they found a set of bones?
They might have found a set of bones and been like, what is this? Let's put it on here. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
bones have been around forever. So people found dinosaur bones way before the first, like, hey, look, it's a dinosaur.
Oh my god, I just heard we use them for musical instruments. Holy shit. Sorry.
That's just sense.
I literally, oh my god.
I'm just stating that was probably them talking about the dinosaur poop. Fran, Brand.
Holy shit.
Guys.
Anyways, if you guys look it up, though, there are thousands of these out-of-place artifacts.
Absolutely. But on that note, it is time for us to go. It is now
time is up.
6, friends. So, and I have to get to bed. Everyone's got shit to do tomorrow, so you know, friend. Robert has stuff to do tonight. Friend, like it's not even nighttime yet for him. So
it's 5:06 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
the sun is just sort of going down.
His day's just started, kind of, friend. But Nikki, where can we find Restore Belief?
Restore Belief with Nikki is on YouTube. Easy to find. I'm also on Facebook, facebook.com/Nikki, NIKKI.Jacobs.376. Thanks to Cole, I'm on Spotify. Thanks to Paramarv, I am on Rumble. And I think that's all I'm going to say now.
Yeah, very well. And on all of those platforms, you can listen at your pleasure and at your leisure. So,
yep.
Friend,
and I thank these guys. If it were not for them, I would not have been even remotely close to being out there the way these two gentlemen have been able to do it. And they both are trying to save the show because of how things are going with media and how people are getting shut down. So it's a big deal. So thank you.
No worries. Friend, don't forget to like and subscribe. Robert, where can we find you?
Australia.
Facebook mainly. I haven't heard anything from the other Nikki, but I'm usually in the chat room of Anna and Renata's Frightfully Good. They're on tonight.
They're awesome.
Another couple of hours and a half, 2.5 hours, about 7:38. 7:30 to 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Okay.
Full hour. And if you want to get a laugh, listen to them.
Rock on.
They are good psychics, and they know their stuff on ghosties with the mosties. So
they're on this on YouTube. So
yep.
You're a moderator on Restore Belief, are you not, as well?
Yes, he is.
So
yeah.
Friend, if you want to talk to him, you can talk to him there too in the chat room. Friend,
Battle Honor.
For us, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, pretty much anywhere you want to find a podcast. We are also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, although we don't go on there much. My fault, friend. But yeah, you can find us anywhere. Please like and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. You doing that helps our numbers and keeps us going.
Yes.
So please do that. Thank you for listening. As always, join us every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the S4 Paranormal Bunker. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Data transfer complete. System malfunction. Please evacuate immediately. Program terminated.
Son of a biscuit eater.